So, this is No One's Land. This is by Farmer Bob, 50.97. Is that all? 50.97 megabyte. Not bad. That's quite small on the old map count now. It does say that No One's Land is the name of this map. It could be Noonesland. There's no spaces between the words, but we're going to go with No One's Land anyway. Now, there is one good thing about this map. You don't need any required mods, which is always good indeed. Now, obviously, if you are coming on New Farmer, you're going to be using 683 slots. That is it. That is all you're going to be using. So definitely low on the old megabyteage and low on the slotage as well. But also, if you come on New Farmer, you're going to be owning a bit of land. Right, so first off, you got this little area here. I say you got this little area here. Actually, you've got this area up the top, which is field 45. If we can call it a field, it's a riverbank, but all right, fair enough. Then you've also got field 1. It's not just field 1 though, because if you click on that, it's actually everything that's not a field apart from that top bit as well. So you own the whole map. I mean, if you was to come on here, do like start from scratch, that sort of thing, and sold off that 4.9 million, that's potentially a good way to get some cash, but all right, fair enough. Now, the start farm obviously is right-ish in the middle. We'll go with that anyway. There's plenty of space to be expanding on your little start farm. Well, to be fair, just feel a little laggy potentially. All right. Wonder if that is there anything to do with the map or the game in itself. So you got a diesel tank just here. So that's going to be holding 5,000 litres. Obviously, fill up your vehicle from there. Then you've got this little shed. We'll open up that door like that. And straight in there. There's going to be one of your pieces of equipment. There's another piece around there. We have got a ladder, although there's no roof upstairs. We'll carry on. Got a little room at the back just there. That's all right. And we'll come out. Man, is this a little door? Can we come out this door? No, that's just for decoration. Okay, I thought that's like, I know we've got man doors. That's like a child door. Fair enough. Well, I've got a little bit of a shed as well. That was where our pickup truck was kept, and I've moved it somewhere else because I'm going to go show something in a minute. We've got a harvester there. We've got a silo loading and load out just there, and then we'll spin it around, and we've got our sleep trigger and wardrobe trigger by the house with with creepy old grandpa watching us as we come across the park. Yeah, he does. We need to get rid of grandpa. He's just hanging around too much. We'll just say that anyway. Now, obviously, we've got a bit of equipment here. So what do we actually start with on New Farmer? So the answer to that is going to be a little bit to get you going anyway. So we've got the Agromaz POV5XL, the Case IH 1000, the Great Plains Solid Stand 1500, the Hardy Mega 1200L, the International Series 200, the John Deere 980, the Massey Ferguson MF 5709S, the Massey Ferguson MF 8570, the Massey Ferguson MF 8570 header, the Massey Ferguson MF 8570 header trailer, and the Rudolph TDK 301 RP. Obviously, the start farm isn't the only place on the map, and we're going to come down to the only production chain. Well, as it starts off anyway. So this is going to be your sawmill for you. Now, there's a few bits of trees knocking around. You could chop them down, get going. Although, to be fair, you could take over a field and plant a load of trees anyway. Give yourself a little bit of a forestry shenanigans on the go. So you got your pallet spawn point just there. You then got your loading in point for your wood. You then got your sound point. Man, this is loud. And you've got your production chain menu over here. Dear oh dear, that is loud. 300 grand to buy. Right, okay, fair enough. So what can we do in the old production chain then? You've got your planks long, prefab wall, and wood beams. So standard shenanigans on that one. Right, fair enough. And we've got the old NPC over here. Yeah, mate. I like your old handlebar moustache. Very nice indeed. Right, we'll carry on. So we're going to come over to this one over here. This is going to be your animal dealer for you. And even though you haven't got an animal pen, and there's no actual animal pens on the map as it stands, you know, you put your own down, no problem. This is going to be the animal dealer. So you got your trailer bring image point, whatever you want to call it. I mean, you got your NPC there. Was it? Is her name Katie? I think it is, something like that. But what you have got down here, which I think is always good, is you've got live animals. Yeah, I mean, sometimes, you know, animal dealer is just a building, and you come down and you pick up your animals out of whatever building. But no, We got some live ones down here. We got some horses over there. We got some pigs in that one. We got some chickens in there. Live animal dealer. Oh, I like that. Fair enough. Right, we're going to carry on then. We're going to come across the road to this one over here. So this is going to be your main shop for you. So you got your main shop menu just there. And just like on Riverbend Springs, exactly the same setup. You've then got your, what was it? I'm going to say wardrobe trigger then. Not wardrobe trigger. You've got your fixing up workshop trigger. There you are. It's not a fixing up trigger. Workshop trigger just here. Obviously, you know, repair your vehicles. Job done. And then here, we've got a tank. There's no icons for it, which is interesting because if we go into the map, we've actually got, there, gas station. There's no icons showing, but okay, just bring your vehicle past and fill it up. All right, fair enough then. We're going to come across to this area over here, which is going to be David. And to be fair, there's nothing else around here. I don't know why David is stood in the middle of a field. That's Dave, what are you doing? You look so... I mean, you look dodgy anyway, but just hanging out by a field. All right, we'll carry on. He's obviously up to no good. We're going to come across to this one over here. So this is going to be the main sell point for you. So you've got your pallets there. This is going to be called the farmer's market as well. So pallets get sold off in there. I mean, you can go inside because it is that building, which is all right. So open up those doors. You got the man door as well. Obviously, this is all going to fill up when you put your produce in, which is all right. And if you're not bringing pallets down, you've got a loose croppage area there. All right, fair enough. Right, we're going to carry on to another person in a random field, which is going to be Ben. It just stood in some shrubbery. Why? What are you doing? You're in the middle. You're in the middle of a field, Ben. Ben, you stood out here on your own. There's nobody else around you. What are you doing? Right, leave him here. He's not interested. We'll carry on. Now, the actual map itself is, as you can imagine, you know, it's quite big. It's quite open. You're not going to get caught up on anything fence-wise. So you should be right. I mean, it's definitely one for big equipment and definitely one for starting from scratch. Obviously, there's not a lot to the map. Let's face it. You got a sell point. You've got an animal dealer. You've got a sawmill. All the things that you need to get started with, which is all right indeed. So if you're into your do-it-yourself maps, this should fit in nicely. But then we come to this bit over here. So this is a bit you start with on New Farmer. And it's, yeah, you've got this bit here. Now, this is the only crossing point that you can get to the other side. And it's, sometimes you just got to send it straight in the water. Yeah, it's going to give you that little bit of a warning. But it's shallow enough to get over there with your vehicle. I mean, obviously, once you've got a giant tractor on the go, you shouldn't have a problem at all. And then we're here on the beach. We made it. Obviously, this area, you've got a few trees, do a bit of logging on. You can just plough out some fields, really make it your own. But, right, sometimes you just got to say, let's do it, and just drive through the water. Fair enough. I mean, to be fair, obviously there's not a lot to the map, right? Let's be honest. But for a start from scratch, build your own, forage your own way through life sort of thing, this is all right indeed.